Both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. To return it now, here's King. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Looking right, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10. The play fake. He'll look to throw. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
I always love the opening game of the season. And for the players, always nice to get those firsts out of the way, isn't it? How about here? The first sack of the season. Not just in the first game, but in the opening drive. That's the way to get things kicked off.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Taken in at the 11. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney. Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Caught left side. It's Beckham. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19. All right, now lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hot.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
All right, now lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And the penalty makes this a much more manageable third down, 3rd and 2.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy who can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56.
Now
lucky
flags
56.
will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Caught on the right side by Jones. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
The 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Detroit. Detroit. Hot.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? They'll step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain there on 1st and 5, and it leaves him with a more standard 2nd down.
Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This complete to Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Set. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
The toss out to Barkley. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
All right, here we go. 319. 319.
They're going to look to throw. He finds Beckham complete. get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
It's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal.
Let's go! Green 39! Green 39! Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Gun! 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 Gun!
They'll look to throw, and he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Zach Ertz there to make the grab. And the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead.
I do believe we came here to see a game, didn't we? And it looks like he's running what we call routes versus air. You just go out there with your offensive unit and throw the football with no defense. He's 5 for 5 on the opening drive.
He was on his game there for drive number 1, but my only thing is now he can't go any higher than that. He was so perfect. Can he do it again later?
Yeah, all he cares about right now is making it 10 for 10, 15 for 15.
Keeping that going.
And he feels like he can get it done.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. To return it now, here's King. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. That's complete to John Ross. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 23 yards on the play. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And that is incomplete.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Detroit! Detroit!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That's going to be caught. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Martavis Bryant, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now out come the Giants. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll start out on the ground and Saquon Barkley. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Leopard. Leopard.
A handoff to Barkley. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. On third down, he'll drop to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So on fourth down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now this is fielded in the end zone. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Here comes the Tampa Bay Offense now heading back out onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Now a play fake here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll look to throw now on first down. And that's incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And an alley to run. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Now let's go. 3-19.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that'll be incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! Set! 3-19! 3-19!
They'll run it now out of the gun. Gave a glimpse of his quick feet and then taken down right at the 30. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. The Giants on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
All right, here we go.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So that one will be accepted. So forget the 3 and out. The penalty makes this 1st and 10. Looking to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off on a safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range. But boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board. But give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
Here we go now.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. Going deep downfield for Ross. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield. I think it's intercepted.
They begin with a run by Barkley. Room past the 20. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. A tremendous play there from Saquon Barkley. 48 yards on the ground. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
All right, here we go. 319. 319.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get off on the snap, jump too quickly.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Hut!
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
On play action, they'll throw. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he showcases the spin. A pretty good gain before he's taken down. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
It's Barkley on the counter. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Gun, gun. Now let's go. Green 30.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He finds his target, Beckham. Now before the 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
They'll drop the throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Green 39. Green 39. Hut!
They'll look to throw here. And Ingram holds it in. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Evan Ingram, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants are in for 6. Rosas to add the extra point. PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Detroit! Detroit!
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Clock running. The Bucs try to go quickly and get set. He'll drop to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
All right, need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football, and we just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
All right, here we go.
He'll look to throw. He completes it to Bryant. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. This quarterback now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll set up a throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 10. Back to throw now on second and 10. Airing this one out for Evans. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on first and 10.
All right, here we go. Blue, land it.
Here's a give to Barkley. And he's going to be taken down here, as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completions.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Derek Rivers in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
The Giants on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
All right, here we go. Boom, landed.
They'll set up to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Goodman. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Detroit! Detroit! Hurry up, here we go. Green 39.
Now a shotgun snap as they look to throw. And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. The offense on third down tonight, they've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches.
Set. Blue landed. Blue landed. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
Back to throw. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by a Kellen Witherspoon. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Back to throw here. Trying to lay one up deep. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
The Bucs on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. They'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Eli Apple. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
All right, here we go.
This is Barkley. Oh, look at that. Oh, now he bowls him over. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. A tackle that time by Akello Witherspoon. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block would be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Goodman. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now let's go! 3-9.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39! All right, now, lucky 56! Lucky 56! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Over the middle to Beckham. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Hurry up, here we go! Green 39! Green 39!
They'll run with Barkley. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Hurry up, here we go! Green!
They're going to look to throw. It's caught. Shepard. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39! All right, now, lucky 56! Lucky 56! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Now back to throw. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll go down at the 28. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Back now in Tampa. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. He'll look to throw. Oh, no, lost the football. But I believe the Giants got this back, and they will hold on to the possession. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. And he'll go down at the 28. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. And this will be off the right upright, but he banks it in. A high degree of difficulty there, but he gets it to go. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. To return it now, here's King. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And out across midfield down to the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Back to throw now on 1st down. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the 1st down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
Detroit!
Escaping the pressure right. Pass incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Point after here coming up. point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Barkley, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They'll go to Barkley again. And he's got some space here. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, 66 yards. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Rosas good with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. To return it now, here's King. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Nowhere to go here. He lost lost the football, but it looks like a Buccaneer was able to corral it. Yes, the Bucs have it. Tampa Bay keeps the possession. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. The Bucs on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Looking to throw. He's going to let it fly. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And a catch right side by Evans. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 45. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. Watkins, the intended receiver. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up. There a little bit, but as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern, maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Now it's Barkley. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Again, it's Barkley. And oh, no, he lost the football. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Giants on 3rd down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. On the run, it's Barkley. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This from 36 yards out. And Rosas puts this one through. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. To return it now, here's King. return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Bucs now. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And now he'll tuck it and run. He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Eli Apple. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. And just how they envision the start of the season, kneeling it down, defense can't stop the clock. This one's a winner.
You know what's really strange? I think a lot of people think that the kneel-down practice stuff really only happens like 1 time a week. The best teams I know, they practice it starting back in OTAs. They want them to visualize winning a game and how great that feels, and they got it done in this one.
Yep, a knee gets them to 1-0. And, partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Giants, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.